Hi everyone, this is Susie. Welcome to today's episode of All That Matters to Me. And today, I must say that today's episode is very touchy. It's on sexual assault, sexual abuse, and there's a series of events in the news um, that is very disturbing. Very disturbing. It's like that women are under attack. Women, girls, under attack. For the last couple of days, it dominated the news. And on Wednesday, I was going to do a recording of this episode. And when I was walking through my house and I entered the kitchen, this word came into my spirit. This is from Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of this darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Spiritual wickedness in high places. I mean, it's just one after the other, and it's a very, very, very sensitive topic to talk about. Yeah. And first it started with this high profile case in the news where this young lady was dating a high profile man. And they dated for 10 years. And she's pregnant, I think 8-9 months pregnant. I don't know how she's doing it, because the stress alone, I'm surprised that they put her into early labor. But she dated this man, and during the relationship, there was abuse. And what we have to understand, that there's a lot of women in relationships, men too, that are being abused. Can't normalize it. We cannot sweep it under the rug. And so it was very sad. Very sad, because I'm a mom. I'm a woman. I'm a woman before I'm a mom. So to see this young woman, at the time she was 19 years old. I mean, 19 is a kid. My youngest is 19, and we're still molding him, to be that man, So they're still in that development stage at 19. And so it was very sad to see. Very graphic. And there was this image of her trying to escape from him. And I tell you, the man was dragging the woman like a rag doll. Or taking out the trash and the trash is just too heavy, he just pulled the trash. This was someone's daughter. She is someone's daughter. And so we have the conversations about sexual assault in relationships, why people stay. Some people are going to say it's been 10 years. Why did she stay for 10 years? But I'm old enough to know that there are women, and remember, and still know, there are women who are in a relationship and it's abusive, whether it's verbal, physical, mental, and they stay. And if you ask, they'll say they stay because of the children, or because they can't afford to, or because they're in love. I remember when I was growing up in Jamaica, I would hear, I don't know if it's true, but I was young, and I would hear that people stay in relationships that's physical, abusive relationship, because, they said if the man don't lick me, don't love me. I don't believe in that. That's a deception from the pit of hell. I don't believe that. I don't know if it's true, but I used to hear that some women believe that if the man don't, slap her up, the man don't love her. But it's not, that's a lie. And so it's very disheartening to see. And I did a research. Listen up to this research. It says, I didn't say it, this is what it says. What percentage of women are abused by their spouse? Listen to this. This was very shocking. It says 1 in 3 women, which is 35.5%, and 1 in 4 men. Men abuse though. Men get abused. Let's not get it twisted. Men are in abusive relationships. That's 28.5% of men in the US experience rape, physical violence, and or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. That's very shocking. Very shocking, but it is reality. And that's the reality. We don't talk about sexual assault, and a lot of women, when they're sexually abused, they don't talk about it because of the shame or the stigma. And we need to bring them to shame. Yes, we need to make the people them shame when they do stuff like that. I understand there's a stigma with it, and you're blaming yourself as the victim. Did I do something to provoke, right, the assault? And the blaming and the shame that comes with it. But it's wrong. It's so wrong. And then according to the CDC, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience physical violence by their intimate partner at some point during their lifetime. That's shocking. So we see what's going on in the news, and they're graphic, and everything needs to play out in court. We can't be judge and jury because we're not there. We're not in that position. But we're hearing the stuff, and it's very graphic. And people say, why she stay? We don't know why she stayed. Maybe she was scared. She was young, 19 young. Man, I look at 19. I've done some stuff or experienced stuff at 19 in my early years. And looking back now, I was like, I did that? Or I put up with that? Because you're young, and that's part of growing up. Some people are protected and others are not. And so it's very troubling. And then after that, if that wasn't bad enough, there was this case in Jamaica, which I wasn't aware of, but my girlfriend told me about it, and I went and did my research. Because I got a video, but the audio I couldn't hear, but I could see, the flipping and the assault. Only to find out that it's a nurse. I guess she was on her way to work or from work, whatever. It doesn't really matter where she was, but she was on the road, and someone, I guess, blocked the traffic. And I guess she came out of her car, whatever. But there was this big man, about 6 foot something, and this nurse on the floor. That man body slammed. You ever watch wrestling? That man body slammed the woman. Stepped in her head with his foot. My God. Wickedness. There's some things that are going on, and it's like these people are demon possessed, because you can't be that cruel. And he was stepping on her, and he even spit on her. That's heartbreaking. And then to move on, we're talking about sexual assault, violence against women, and men are being violated also. But I'm talking about 4 prominent cases that's concurrent. Then we have a 9-year-old girl in Jamaica that was missing. She was raped and murdered. That's just wicked. That's just, you have to say, the evil. The heart of man is wicked. And you see these things, and as a parent, you just like, your heart just bleed, and said, wow, what wickedness. 9 years old. That's a baby. She was murdered. Then today, there was a missing 20-year-old that's from UTECH. She went to my high school. I heard she went to my high school. And she was missing, and they found the body. Just like her body out in the dirt. And I saw a picture today, and I'm gonna say this. I don't know what pleasure does people have? What pleasure to post these pictures and share of people's skeleton and dead bodies and blood and all these graphic things. I said, God, my God, please don't pass us by. God, the evil that's in this world, mankind wicked. And there was this young girl's body. Yeah. And I saw it and tears come to my eye. Yeah, tears come to my eye. That's just sad. She's only 20. And I'm sure she was raped too. But we just have to be mindful. And we can't be too careful. I once posted on Facebook that we're safe nowhere. And my pastor saw it and she commented and says, we're safe in the arms of God. That's the only place we're safe. Because one time you could say you're safe at home, but you're not safe because most of the sexual assaults happen in the home. It's the uncle, it's the father, it's the, friends. And so, you know what I mean? And most times it's not strangers doing these vicious, wicked acts. People, So be careful, be careful, talk to your children. And I know sometimes we can't talk to blue in the face, but when evil creep up, what are you going to do? We have to seek help. Seek help with people that are abused, and you got to seek help. And just be vigilant, be each brother's keeper, look out for each other. We need to find like a buddy system, because sometimes I see kids walking, boys, girls, and I'm like, we're the friends, That's the world we're living in, As parents, we just have to just be extra careful with our children. And so today, on the topic of sexual assault, and if you're being assaulted, seek help. Speak to someone. Speak up. We're not enabling nobody. Speak up. Yeah, no enablers. I mean, people are being threatened, but just speak up, because it's too much that's happening. And as I tell you guys, the statistic, men are being abused also. Let's not discount that. Men are being abused also, but they need to speak up also. And I just pray that we just get an edge of protection from God, because I just pray and ask God to just protect us, protect our children going out, coming in, protect our grandchildren. Because it's one thing, you worry about your kids, that then the next thing you know, you have grandchildren, and you have to start worrying about your grandchildren, and you have to pray over them, and you have to pray for them, because somebody prayed for us. Why many of us are standing today? Many of us are standing today because somebody was praying for us. Yes. And we have to get back to that as a society where we look out for each other, be each other's keeper, my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper. Because if I know of a friend or a loved one that's being sexually assaulted by somebody I know, I'm gonna not force, but I'm gonna support them and tell them to press charges. Yeah, because it's just wrong. It's just wrong, and we just have to be mindful. So this is my episode today. Yeah, nothing to smile about. It's a serious business. And on last Wednesday, my pastor did a Bible studies on sexual assault, because the church doesn't talk about it that much. But we are the church, We the church. The building is there, but we are the church. We the people of the church. So these are things we have to talk about. Because there are people that are hurting in our midst from violence, sexual assault, people in a marriage being raped. Yeah, you know, women in marriage can be raped also, because when a woman said no is no, it doesn't matter who you're married to or the relationship with. If you say no, it's no. If you force yourself, that's raped. That is rape. No if, no but. Because you said no, it's just no. Respect the no. Respect it. And so we just have to be very careful, very vigilant. Look out for each other. Have our kids. If you have young kids, you know, let them have buddies that they walk with. And I just say, be careful out there, and stay prayerful. Stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. All right. So have a blessed day, and you guys can go ahead, and if you're not subscribed yet to the video, subscribe, like, and share. And I'll be coming to you guys with more topics to talk about. I'll be having my friends on. So I'm excited for some stuff that's coming. I can't talk about it yet, but it's gonna be exciting. So keep your notification on, and have a blessed one. Bye-bye.